Hello YouTube! As you probably noticed, I was pretty much offline last week. I was in Pau, in France, to visit my girlfriend. We're long distance, so when I do visit her, I want to spend as much time with her as possible. Most of the time we were just huddled on the couch together watching anime. Occasionally her cat's dad joined us for that too. We did go out. A few times we went out to the historic inner city of Po, where there's a castle, an early Gothic church, a couple of medieval streets, and 1700s and 1800s bourgeois houses. So, next to an animal nerd, I'm also low-key a history nerd, so I really love that stuff. We also went out to the park, where I saw several species of bird and lizard that we don't have in Holland. I wish we could have gone out to the forest and mountains outside the city too, but we would have needed a car for that. But oh no, it was a fun weekend. I'm kinda sad I had to go back in the end. But now that I'm back, I can make more Zoo Tycoon 2 videos. So I'm continuing with the Living Desert. First things first, the names for the baby Addax and the baby dromedaries. I let Sahara and Cleopatra finish their pregnancies, so I could name all three of them at once. The baby Addax I'll name Aladdin, and Cleopatra's daughter I'll name Mia. Both names which were suggested by Kinakin. And Sahara's son will be named Joshua, suggested by Nico Te Rangita. Now onto the exhibit for this episode. I'm building the Australian Outback pen this time, which will be home to emus and red kangaroos. Both are pretty well known herbivores from the deserts down under, so I hope they can coexist nicely in this zoo as well. So yeah, let's get building for them. So here we have the exhibit. Let's place the animals in. I'm getting 2 emus, since as far as usually like to live in pairs. They will be named Ernie and Esmeralda, as suggested by Peter Bernot. And then three red kangaroos. Just one male, because if I get 2 males they might start fighting. That's an interesting display for the visitors to see. But yeah, they could seriously hurt each other, and I do want to prevent that. The kangaroos will be named Rufus, Jill, and Dorothy, as suggested by Brown Toro. By the way, two little tidbits on the Addax front. Aisha has another son, or Aisha and Jamil together, of course. And Aladdin, the baby Addax that I named at the beginning of this episode, has already grown up. So I want to do a little poll with you guys to decide what's gonna happen with him. Is the zoo gonna keep him? Just keep him and nothing else? Is the zoo gonna, introduce a second female to help with maybe a little Addax breeding program? Is the zoo gonna adopt him out to another zoo for their breeding program? Or are we gonna release him into the wild to help his species kind of sad lot over there? But yeah, that's a poll that you can vote for. It's in the comments. I know I already have enough name suggestions for the second baby Addax, so I'll be naming it at the beginning of the next episode. But yeah, now let's go visit the new exhibit. Visitors can view the kangaroos and the emus from the main walkway, or they can go up onto this little platform, which brings them closer to the animals and also gives them a little shade. I decided to make the back of the exhibit a big rock wall to give the animals some more shade, and because it made the whole thing look like a nice little valley, which I kind of like. And their actual stable is over there. It's just a small building, and let's go there. Yeah, so it's just a small building and really more of a zookeeper workstation than anything else. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. I've been getting some notes about visitors wanting a restaurant, so I'll be building one next episode on top of that cliff over there, or little hill it looks more like. So yeah, see you then.